Hello, watching your movie Madman, and I'm back. And today's Friday, so today we're continuing with our new subject, Director of the Week. And today we're going to talk about Zack Snyder. So I think I've got everything that this man has directed, with the possible exception of Rebel Moon, mainly because it's not out yet, and I'm pretty sure if it's going straight to Netflix you won't be able to buy it anyway, but that's just rude, but we won't go there. So we're gonna start at the beginning. So Zack Snyder's first movie he released was the remake of Dawn of the Dead, one of the first zombie movies to feature the running zombie. So it's funny because he's the man that is the master of slow motion, so he took the slow walking zombies and made them run. That's cool, isn't it? Now I have got the remake of Dawn of the Dead in 4K. In fact, I've got all of his films in 4K. So there's Dawn of the Dead for you. It's a really good looking 4K movie as well, and it's a really good remake too. As far as remakes goes, Dawn of the Dead is probably one of the better remakes there is out there, so there's that as well. Next up we have 300. 300 is also in 4K here, as you can probably tell by the 4K written at the top there. This is probably one of the biggest grainy movies that I would have said. The grain goes so well with the style of the film. I've never been so happy to see so much grain in one movie. It was so beautiful because it just went so well, kind of like shot in gold and red with bits of black and red. But yeah, it's a very interestingly coloured as well as it is to watch, but it's good. Yeah, Gerald Butler killing people, you gotta love that, haven't you? Next up, I think this is the only Zack Snyder film you can't get in 4K, and that's Sucker Punch. So I've got it on Blu-ray, obviously, because that's what this is here. This has got the extended version in it as well, so that's quite exciting, isn't it? The more extreme version, the other version of it that makes a bit more sense as well. So there's that cool information for you there. Sucker Punch. Not a lot of people liked Sucker Punch when it came out, but I quite liked it. It was odd because the trailer makes it look something that it's not, but I didn't care about that. It was nice. It was a good movie, and I look forward to when it does get released in 4K, if it does. Next up we have Watchmen. I've got Watchmen several times. I've got it on Blu-ray here. I've also got the Blu-ray as a steelbook. It's a really nice steelbook. You've got to love a steelbook, haven't you? Look at the inside of this. So it's the director's cut inside here. Probably could have said that. This is the director's cut of Watchmen. The other Blu-ray down there is the theatrical version. And there's all the glory behind for you as well. And there's the back cover for you too. So it's exciting, isn't it? Really nice steelbook that. Next up we have the ultimate cut of Watchmen. This one's in 4K. This is actually the first ever 4K movie that I bought before I even had a 4K player, before I even had a 4K TV. I bought this because it was the only way that you could get the ultimate cut at the time on physical disc, and I really wanted to own it on physical disc, so for some reason I bought it on the only format that I couldn't play it on back in those days. This was back in the day that Watchmen was my favourite movie of all time. I think I'd only just seen the ultimate cut for the first time, and I was like, I've got to get that on physical copy, and this was the only one I could get, so that's what I got. Then I got this beauty for Watchmen as well. This is the ultimate cut. This is the BBFC released version. This was bought for me for Christmas a couple of years back. I actually nearly cried when I opened this. I wasn't expecting my friend to get this for me at all, just because it was really expensive, but she got it for me because she's beautiful. It's a really nice steelbook as well. I'm not going to walk you through everything in here, including the art cards, because I've done that before in another video. I know I have. So there's plenty of Watchmen videos on this channel, so have a look at them. Same goes for this one. I just got this one, the Titans of Cult edition this is, I believe. Something like that. It's called, yeah, the Titans of Cult edition. This is another steelbook as well. I'll show you the steelbook actually. There's a nice steelbook for you there. Nice bit of yellow on the side there as well. And if you... And you've got back for you there. And then you've got 3 discs inside as well. They've done that thing where the rating stands out as well on this one, so that's really cool, isn't it? Yeah. Again, I've shown this one off on my channel as well, so I'm not gonna dive too much into that. Moving on from Watchmen, we then have Man of Steel. Zack Snyder was the man to start off the DC Extended Universe. He started it with Man of Steel. So there's Man of Steel in 4K for you there. I've also got the Ultimate Edition of Batman vs Superman in 4K. It's the director's cut for you as well, so that's quite exciting, isn't it? I also got the Ultimate Edition of Batman vs Superman. This is the director's cut. This is also the IMAX edition, that's why I bought it again, because this is the one where he's put the IMAX scenes back into the film as well. But we'll discuss his idea of IMAX scenes in a minute. And then I've got this really nice Blu-ray edition of Batman vs Superman. This has got the Ultimate Edition in there, and I'm pretty sure, and the theatrical version's in there as well, so that's quite exciting. Again, I opened this on my channel and showed it to you already, so feel free to have a look at those videos if you want to see more of these boxes and what's inside them and stuff like that. And then lastly, obviously, we've got Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is his version of it, the one that was re-released. As you probably know, this is the 4-hour cut. Not that I had a problem with it being 4 hours long. It was really nice for it to be really detailed. I love the way that he split it into chapters. The only pain in the arse I would have said was that the film's so long that they had to split it onto 2 discs. So it was a bit like watching Lord of the Rings, where they split it onto 2 discs because the film was so bloody long. I also got this really nice steelbook for Justice League as well. The J card got a little bit torn when I moved from one flat to the other, so I was a little upset about that, but it's okay because the discs didn't get torn, and that's what's more important, isn't it? And there's the back of that for you as well. And inside here, like I say, you've got the film on 2 discs, and you've got a picture of the Justice League behind it as well, so it's nice, isn't it? I love this front cover as well. I love what they've done with that. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is another one of his films that he shot in IMAX, like he did where we replaced some of the scenes on the Blu-ray for Batman vs Superman, but for some reason he's put it all in 4.3, so you've got black bars down the sides of the screen for 4 hours. Some people really didn't like that, but you get used to it, I think. But as far as I'm concerned, if you want to make it IMAX, IMAX is full screen, not black bars down the sides. So I'm not really sure why he thought that the black bars down the sides was a good idea, instead of just making it full screen like Christopher Nolan does when he incorporates IMAX shots into his films. But it's not up to me. I'm not Zack Snyder at the end of the day, so it's up to him really, isn't it? He has got a new film coming out on Netflix called Rebel Moon, which I believe was his version of a Star Wars sequel, and it was one of the films that got cancelled. So he just basically took the script and reworked it to make it a film of his own. So when you watch Rebel Moon, it's going to be like watching an adult version of Star Wars. I mean, from what I've heard already, it's split into 2 parts, and both of those parts have got extended director's cuts as well. So there'll be light-hearted versions, and there'll also be heavier, more adult versions that you can watch as well. So all in all, it's quite exciting to look forward to. I do enjoy a bit of Zack Snyder, to be fair. I like that his films are a little bit longer, and he doesn't feel like he has to rush everything and cram it all into one little space, but he just spreads the space out and does whatever he likes with it. Fills films with slow motion. It's one of my favourite things about Zack Snyder, is all of his slow motion stuff that he does as well. So he's a great director in my eyes, and I know a lot of people that love Zack Snyder films as well, so at least I know I'm not on my own with that one. So big thumbs up to Zack Snyder, Director of the Week. So that's it for me for today. I'm going to go. Obviously I'll be back on Monday. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm going to fuck off. Okay, goodbye.